Hello there, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the Arcane Lich, or that's what I call myself. I've stated that in previous other videos and whatnot. Anyway, I decided to upload a tutorial on how to make the Reastream plugin, Reastream, whatever, plugin inside of Reaper work along with OBS Studio, OBS ASIO, and whatnot to stream audio from your DAW live for recordings or for live streaming, because I've had some trouble getting all that together, and I've seen people on the internet who have also had trouble getting it together. So whatever. I decided I would try my best to upload a tutorial on that. So let's get into all that. Okay, so first off here, I have my display screen captured with OBS Studio completely maxed out, and we are in what I like to call the wall of screens, so to speak. What we need to do to get our audio from the DAW into OBS Studio for recordings and or live streams, first we need to make an ASIO input capture here in the sources box. We see that I already have one, but if you do not have the plugin for this, then you will not be able to. So to get the plugin, we'll have to open our internet browser, right? And we can go to Google, we can type in OBS ASIO, and it will link us with the first two links to a GitHub page. This is the GitHub page, and if we see here in the assets, it will also have the latest version. We'll want to download and install that. I already have it downloaded and installed, and that is why I am able to do that. So after you download it and install it, you'll be able to as well. And I'll go ahead and show you how it works. I'll remove the one that I currently have, and we're going to add ASIO input capture, create new. When we do that, it's going to pick up Rearoute. It might take a second, as it's doing now. Okay, it picked it up. We're going to pick our channels, and I'm going to be simple here and just pick Rearoute client 1 and 2. Okay, it took a second to do that, but it's no big deal. Press OK. All right, now Rearoute is set up to pick up audio from our DAW. However, when you download that OBS ASIO plugin, a program or application like this, it'll ask you some things, whatever, next, and then you hit install, and it's that simple. I already have it installed, so I'm not going to do it. Okay, but to be able to pick up that Rearoute ASIO, like I showed you with this ASIO input capture, we need something else. And it's available with Reaper's regular installer, which I believe I still have. So if you run Reaper's regular installer and you hit agree, and you choose what folder or whatever you wish, if we look here in the optional functionality, we see Reawire and Rearoute ASIO driver. The Rearoute ASIO driver is what we need. This is what allows the ASIO input capture to use Rearoute. So if you do not have this installed with Reaper, or if you did not click it as an optional functionality when you installed it, that's okay. You can actually rerun this installer over your existing version of Reaper, and it will basically just install it with this like it's a new plugin, and it's fine. But you must make sure that you go to this and you maximize the optional functionality and you click the Rearoute ASIO driver, because unless you do that, you won't have it. You have to do it manually. So make sure you have that and then install it. And like I said, you can install it over your existing version of Reaper, and it installs it like a new plugin, and it's just fine. So after you do that, you'll be able to pick up the OBS ASIO plugin input capture, and you'll be able to, like I did just now, insert a new ASIO input capture and pick up Rearoute. So now that we've done that, though, what we want to do is we actually want to add a filter to this ASIO input capture, right? And that filter is going to be the VST2 times plugin. Okay? Now we want to select Reastream Standalone. And that is the next thing that we need. So even if you have Reaper, if you notice, Reaper has a plugin called Reastream Standalone. But even though this plugin is inside of Reaper, we still need the standalone plugin for Reaper to send from this plugin to the standalone. That's how I understand that it works. So we'll need to actually download that. And we download the Reastream Standalone plugin. We can go to Google by searching Rea Plugs. And it'll take us, you know, pretty much the first link here. And it's purple, as you can see for me, because I've already been here. I've already installed all of this. But if we look, it'll show you what comes inside of Rea Plugs. And all of these plugins are open source. They should work with most or any DAW. But the one we need is right here, the Reastream. It shows that in advertisement. So we can download from the Rea plugins right here. It shows the assets available, a 32-bit or a 64-bit version, depending on your system. That's what you need, and you will download and install that. And when you do, you will have the Reastream Standalone plugin, which means you will be able to finally select Reastream Standalone in filters. So if you're having a problem with this not popping up in ASIO input capture or audio capture or whatever you're using, make sure that you have the Reastream Standalone plugin. So those are three things that we need that I just listed. The Reastream Standalone plugin, the OBS ASIO plugin, and the Rearoute ASIO that is included along with Reaper's actual installer. So that is a lot that I feel like most people don't even mention in some of these YouTube videos and guides. But now that we have all of that and everything is put together, we should now be able to capture the audio from our DAW. So I have Reaper right here, and I'm going to get rid of the Reastream plugin and re-add it, just hopefully to omit any problems that we may have and reset things so we know that it's it's set up right. We're going to send the audio from Reaper. If we see this here, we're going to send the audio /MIDI, and we're going to choose the local broadcast. There's also a section here where you can choose different channels and whatnot, but I'm just going to leave mine at 2. I'm also going to leave the identifier at default. However, if you're having trouble with like connecting to a certain network or something, you can change this and try to fix it and whatnot. But I am going to leave it to default. So with this Reastream plugin, we also want to make sure that we put it at the bottom of our master bus. So if we see here, I'm going to my master bus, I'm hitting the effects button, and I'm making sure it's at the bottom. That's where my Reastream plugin is. So I'm also going to use these drums that I have set up here as just a easy way to test and see if we're getting audio from the DAW into OBS Studio. And for those of you that don't know, after you add something new in the sources and whatnot, if you want it to show up in the mixer and if you want your changes to show, just hit this transition button in studio mode, and all of the changes that you make here in sources will show up in your mixer and show up on the screen after you hit transition. So let's go ahead and test and see if we're getting audio from the DAW into OBS Studio now that we have all of this lined up. I'm going to mute my mute my microphone to omit any other audio issues or anything coming through my mic. So let's go ahead and test this. Okay, so according to that ASIO input capture meter that we've seen moving as I hit play within Reaper DAW here, it is now capturing audio from the DAW successfully utilizing the ASIO input capture plugin that we have here from the GitHub page that I showed you, which was this one, the OBS ASIO. That plugin, along with the Rearoute ASIO included with Reaper's installation, along with the Reastream Standalone plugin, is what we need to make all of this work. You don't always need this ASIO input capture plugin, but I found that sometimes with certain DAWs it's better, because even though you can pick up the sound from your DAW sometimes with something like a guitar, you won't always pick up the effects with it, so it's better to have this input capture. So I was using some drums that I've had set up in a current project I've had for a while that I've been using for lives and stuff that I play. So I was just letting the drum track, play into the DAW. Into the video, excuse me. I was letting the drums play into the video to capture it with OBS Studio from the DAW. And according to that meter, it should have been successful. Now I'm going to plug in my guitar and whatnot and play through everything and see and show you that, it'll work with that too. So if you're someone that's been having problems with a DAW picking up your sound and whatnot in OBS but not picking up the effects, the OBS ASIO plugin should fix that. So I have my guitar and whatnot plugged in now, and we're going to test and make sure that with this ASIO input capture and everything that we have, that when we play the guitar, that it actually, has the effects and whatnot when you play it. Like I said before, sometimes people have had problems where the sound comes from the DAW into the recording or the live stream, but not the effects. The ASIO input capture from the OBS ASIO plugin should fix that. And as we see here, if we look at both guitar tracks I'm going to arm, I do have effects on both of them. And they're copy-paste of the same thing. The Amplitude 5 effects that I have with 2 Marshall Plexi amps and some pedals, the Reverberate, the Exciter treble enhancer, and honestly the surround sound panning is useless because I don't have those active, but these 3 things are. And they're on both tracks that I'm about to arm, and I'm about to test that. We're going to arm it, and I'm going to play my guitar through it, and we're going to see if the sound and effects and everything is coming through correctly. So let me mute my microphone real quick and we'll do all that. According to that ASIO input capture, the guitar and sounds and effects should have been captured correctly. I won't really know if they were captured correctly or not until I'm done with this recording and video. Hopefully it is. That's pretty much how this all begins to work. And the plugins and whatnot that I mentioned that we need are the OBS ASIO plugin, the Rearoute ASIO plugin, which is included as an optional feature within Reaper, and we also need the Reastream Standalone plugin, which can be gained from the Rea plugs. So with those 3 things, we can capture audio from our DAW into recordings or live streams. And just at the end here, I'll demo if it can work with a live recording or not. I'll just have me, myself in this little window section here at the bottom while I play on guitar a little bit, and yeah, we'll see if it's coming from the DAW, which I'm sure it should be. It should work, but actually let me hit transition. Yeah, so it should work, but yeah, let's try. I'm going to make this the end of the video now, because I feel like, it's pretty much time to end it. I hope this video out there is helpful for somebody if you've been having issues with some of this and whatnot, trying to get all of it to work. If you've tried to stream your audio into a recording or a live stream before using Reaper and OBS Studio. And the 3 things you'll need that I listed in this video: the Reastream Standalone plugin, the Rearoute ASIO that you can get as a optional functionality when you install Reaper, and you will also need the OBS Studio ASIO, just in case. So yeah, anyway, I hope this video is helpful. Thank you for enjoying what I do, if you do, and take care. Sincerely, the Arcane Lich.